from AP Baller. I'm going to share with you 5 tips that are really going to help you excel in basketball if you are an undersized guard. If you're an undersized guard, basketball can be a different game for you. Shots may not be easy to come by. Post-up moves are not a part of your offensive arsenal. Defenses will test you physically and mentally. It's endless what you will see as a shorter basketball player. But if you want the edge, here are the top 5 tips that you need to compete with ballers that are much taller than you. The number 1 tip, you have to be able to shoot. Without a shot, you're limiting your effectiveness on the court. You have to establish yourself as a shooter or as an outside threat to assert yourself as an inside presence. Getting the defender off their feet or off balance becomes much easier with pumps and jabs as a shooter. The second part to this is your release has to be quick. Defensive recovery will be much easier for a taller player, so time and inches are crucial to get that shot off. And the third part, when you're inside the paint, you need to know how to finish against the trees. So different finishes and footwork are going to be key in being able to be a threat inside as well. Number 2, deception. If you don't have the height and or the quickness, you have to be deceptive. Show different speeds, be shifty with your handle, and use both hands. That goes without saying. Don't practice quick guard moves if you don't have the quickness. Instead, be smart and effective with your handle. And what I mean by quick guard moves is if you can't pull off the Shammgod, then don't practice the Shammgod. Shammgod is going to require an insane or elite level quickness. So there's no sense in practicing that if you don't have that elite level quickness. You need to know how to use screens and read the defense to get your buckets or to set your teammates up. On defense, you need to know your assignment's offensive tendencies. Give the appropriate space to be able to read and react to the offensive player's moves. Be a pest. Be twitchy on defense. Active jabs and reaches can keep your assignment honest. Remember, you have help defense if you get beat, and this is going to happen throughout the course of the game. Number 3, see through the defense, because you certainly can't see over the defense. See the gaps with the dribble or the pass. This might require you to keep your dribble alive a split second longer to find that the passing or dribble gap. Patience is key to finding these gaps. So, always look up, be square to the hoop so that you know your options when you're using the pick and roll. Number 4, you've got to be a killer. If you're shorter, there's nobody on the floor stronger than you. Use the Mamba mentality. With what you lack physically, you have to make up for it somewhere else. With no height, the killer instinct is a must to succeed on the court. You have to hold yourself accountable for your actions on the court. If you didn't go after the loose ball, well, that's on you. If you didn't play hard enough defense, that'll be on you. When you're undersized, you will be under more scrutiny than the taller basketball player because you will be seen as a liability. Take that notion out that you are a liability by having the Mamba mentality. Believe that you are the X factor in the game. And number 5, have a high IQ. You've got to study. This is both on the offensive end and the defensive end. Know your reads and practice against taller basketball players. This is the only way you are going to get your IQ up. The reads and moves that you will face against same-sized or shorter basketball players are going to be different from those against taller basketball players. So on offense, know your offensive set inside and out, your position, as well as your teammates' movements. This way, you will know where each player should be at any given moment when you're running the offense. On defense, understand your assignments, tendencies, and you also need to know your own team defensive schemes. And lastly, use your peripheral vision to boost your IQ, and that applies to your defense and your offense. The more you see, the more you know.